a second. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. So, let's try and get a little clip out of this, huh? When no one's here. Maybe something like... And look at that! Look at how nice these all turned out. Isn't that nuts? We're finally getting good at drawing faces, shoe bills, pandas, little Sir Pablo with a cute little hat. Dude, we are learning how to draw. Leo, what's up? We are back and ready to go again. I just had to farm a quick clip. Not gonna lie, I'm just wish you luck at drawing and go. Dude, that's plenty good. Thank you very much. I'll see you around. It's 4 a.m. Oh, I forgot. Yes, those weekend streams when we're doing stuff in the morning are way better. Yeah, you gotta go to bed for sure. What are we even doing up at 4 a.m.? That's crazy. What's up, Lone Rockster? Okay, let's do... I'll be back on for weekends for real, for real. Dude, hell yeah, I'm excited. Have fun, lad. You too. Enjoy the sleep. Okay, let's start a new page. We are going to rip through a couple of these. See ya. Let's start with another face. That's always a sweet starting point for us. We are going to... Oh God. Where's my reference image? There it is. Okay, so for every face, it starts the same. Sup, Chuck Masterson? We are going to start with a circle. Wow! Extremely revolutionary face tech right here. Basically every face, every person, every animal, almost actually every object you're ever going to draw is going to end up starting with a circle. It's just sort of how things work. In the real world, whenever you're doing realism, a lot of this stuff has rounded edges, and also circles just sort of lend themselves to getting really solid proportions. What's up, Kai? So, as we're going... Oh, you drawing? I am! Like usual, we're doing another tutorial. And what you can do whenever you're drawing faces or circles, I can even show you a little reference image here. What you can do with these faces, right? This is the sort of stuff that I usually draw. You have this main circle that encompasses the eyes, nose, and like start of mouth. And then you can add in this smaller circle just at the base of it to give you that sort of full chin and give you anchor points to connect your jaw up, right? So, oh, thanks for the like. So as we're going with all of this, oh, here again. You start with a big circle here and a little circle there, and then it sort of gives you all of those proportions that you really need, right? So as we're going, I have this main circle, and I want this face to be turned down and towards us, right? I'm changing it up a little bit. Instead of doing a front-facing face, I want to have something a little bit different today. So this face is going to be like resting on a knee, or turned to the side looking at us. Very melancholy, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to start with this main circle. And this is like the cranium. This is the headpiece, right? This is where the magic happens. And then this is just to give us an indication of, you know, where that jawline is going to come in and connect to that chin, and then also what this cheek and side of the head is going to look like as well. So basically what we're doing is these circles are just little setup points to give us way better proportions when we actually start getting into the meat of this drawing. if that makes sense. So, as we're going, since this head is turned down and looking towards us, we want to do a midline. We want to do something that cuts it completely in half, both horizontally and vertical. But because this head is turned and tilted down, instead of just going straight through with that vertical line, we actually want to curve it. So that front of face is this line, right? Because then we're going to have way better symmetry of the eyes, nose, and mouth. Okay, are we following this? So I'm curving this line around this whole shape. And then on top of that, I want the midline for, the eyes, nose, and eyebrow and everything. So what we're going to do with this big top circle is we're going to find the midpoint of this. So that's about here. And again, because this is a 3D object, and because it's turned down a little bit, we are going to go and curve this line just a little bit as well. And so now, what we have is this whole face broken down into symmetrical parts, into fourths. And what we can do with this midline, this is essentially going to be the eyebrow line, right? And so the eyes are going to be just a little bit below this. And if we really need it, yo, hey turtle, what's up? Happy to have you here. We're doing more faces to start, and then we'll figure out whatever the hell we want to do next. So if you want to do even more sort of foundational lines, let's cut this whole section in half and this whole section in half. So the midpoint between this edge and this line is probably about here, and we want it to follow that same curve. So we'll draw that in. And then since this side is so much skinnier, the midline is going to be a lot closer to that very first one. So we'll throw in a line there. And now we're like starting to see the foundation come into view. We're starting to see where everything's going to go. Please draw Rise Leah next. I don't have long. Oh my god. Okay, we can do that, but we have to crank through this one. And now that we have this, we basically can start approximating everything on all of the pieces that we need. So approximation is like your best friend in drawing. And why I say that is because a lot of us will jump to trying to get to the final drawings immediately, right? Like these. We just try and go in with hard pencil, hard lines as fast as possible, get done with the drawing. But that always ends up in frustration and failure. So what we want to do instead is set ourselves up for massive amounts of success. So what I'm going to do with this brow line, I'm just going to approximate where I think these eyes are going to go, and I think it's probably going to be about here. So I'm just going to inline little circles, just so I, as the drawer, as the artist, have an understanding of about where things are going to end up lying. So I'm using very light pencil strokes and just like inserting where I think the eyes are going to be. Now, for the nose, we know that it has to sit in between these two eyes, and it also has to follow this curve just a little bit, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down to this bottom circle, and I'm just going to draw a rectangle for now. And this is just going to set me up to understand that the nose has to fit inside of this rectangle inside these two eyes, right? We're only doing approximations. We're just trying to lay things out. And then from here, basically, right underneath the nose, just barely touching, just barely under all of it is going to be the mouth. So we're going to do the same thing as the eye and just sort of approximate about where we think this mouth is going to go. And then we can add detail and do everything fun later. But you see how like just that alone has slowly given us at least like an idea of where all of these things are going to be. You can even, I've even seen artists do like a 3D quick draw of like that visor, the brow bone, just to set up those 3D objects. I've seen people do lines down from the eye to the mouth to give you better proportions. All of these things work, but what they do for us is they set up all of the proportions and ideas that we need to draw quickly and effectively. So now what we have to do is basically just kind of coast around this outline that we drew in the very beginning and slowly refine it. So we want a little bit of a cheekbone, We want an eyebrow bone just a little bit so we can add in a little indication of that. We need the forehead, which can come around that big noggin we drew. And we're just slowly but surely trying to get approximations and ideas of how all of this stuff works. So for this jaw, I'm going to go straight down a little bit and then hook into that chin. And maybe this chin is a little bit rounded into that point right at that midline and then up into the rest of the face. Now, this is a great spot to check. Hey again, what's up, Tiffany? This is a great spot to look, to take a step back and to look and to see if your proportions are rock solid or if they're a little bit off. Now, this is where the approximation stuff really helps. Already, I'm seeing this eye, this bottom eye, is a little bit too to the right. It's a little bit too far past where it should be. So what we want to do is we want to drop it down just a little bit. Not too much, just so it's a little bit more in line with this eye right here. So I'm going to throw it down like that. You see how I just very simply moved that approximation, and then what that's going to do is it's going to move our cheek and eyebrow section so we can finish and finalize that line just a little bit. And we're just going to coast as much as possible, just slowly adding in where we think these details are going to be and how we're going to fix them. So with this nose, remember it's just this big rectangle right here. What are we drawing tonight? We're going to do a face. We're going to try and get Rise Leo, a character from TMNT, I think it is, as suggested from chat. And then whatever the hell else we want. So for these eyes and this nose, we know that the nose has to connect into those eyebrows, right? So we can take this line and just slowly fix and slowly approximate where these two eyebrows are going to be. So if they're just sitting right above the eye, we can just follow that line very simply up and around that eye. And again, all of these lines are just so we as the artist can get a better understanding of where these items and where these points of interest on the face are going to be. None of this is permanent yet. And of course the nose is probably going to end up flaring out a little bit. So I'm just going to throw a little circle at the end so I remember as I'm doing this, as I'm doing the outlines, I can figure out and finish all of these details correctly. Basically what I'm doing is I'm setting everything up, like take for instance this panda. I'm taking all of the simple shapes first, so then when I get into this darker outline section, all I really have to do is just like paint by numbers, right? So, same thing here. We're just slowly figuring out the best ways to convey this shape, and for right now, how we're figuring all of this out is by approximating all of the detail that we need. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little leap of faith and draw like the front of this nose, the sort of button of this nose. And maybe that looks a little bit like this. Again, I'm just going a little bit wider than that first rectangle and adding a little bit of detail. There's a little indication for a nostril right here. There's a little indication for the front of the nose. And then a little indication of that far nostril, right? We all tracking on this? Dude, I can draw as well as you, kinda. Really? Brandygram? That's sick. I'm glad. What kind of stuff do you draw? We did all these on stream the other night. Do you draw people? So, as we're going, with this nose slowly finalizing, let's darken up some of these bridge lines into these eyebrows just to slowly carve out and sculpt this face. Same thing on this side. I want to darken up this eyebrow a little bit, and I want that to cascade down just a little bit into that nose, just to give it some shape. And you see how already, just by adding a little bit of detail to that nose, it already is starting to look like a face way more. Last night I draw turtles. A turtle, I'm very surprised that you're drawing turtles. Based on name alone. So we're getting to this point where the shape is sort of starting to line up. Now let's move on to the mouth. This whole section, this little circle, is our approximation of placement, right? It's not an approximation of detail. So what we can do is, if that placement looks pretty solid, because this face is tilted a little bit away from us, that top lip is going to be a little bit of a harsher edge, and we're going to see a ton of that bottom lip. So I'm going to even more so, or just refine that approximation just a little bit more. So then we have a better idea of how that's going to look. Now, with that, a very fun fact with mouths and with lips. This fact always stumped me for the longest time until an art buddy of mine told me about it. Lips are never outlines. I draw way too many turtles, man. I love them so much. Holy crap, I can't spell. Dude, that's alright. What lips are is they are never outlines. They're never... You would never draw lips like this, right? Because that looks weird and that looks cartoony, and it just doesn't fit the vibe we're going for, right? So what we want to do instead is we want to just shade them a little bit darker than everything, and then we can just put in that center line as the only line that's going to show. And then even further from this, that top lip is always going to stay shaded, but this bottom lip, you really only have to draw the very bottom edge and add a little bit of value there to cast some shadow, right? And already, those lips look way more realistic than anything else, right? We can see that, we can understand that. Hopefully the camera focused correctly. But with that, we have a solid approximation of the lips that we can then refine later when we're actually going into some real hard detail. Let's jump back to the eyes. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Now we have the nose, we have the mouth, we have a rough head shape. These eyes are going to be a little bit in from this nose bridge line, right? And this eye is actually going to be covered up just a little bit by this. Are we all tracking this? So maybe instead of this approximation that we just drew, it's actually going to be more like this, a little bit closer to that nose. So we're just going to refine that approximation a little bit more. And let's start diving into some of these details. For this eye, I feel pretty good about the placement, so I'm just going to slowly finalize this top line. And then we're going to take a step back and see if that looks accurate, and I'm thinking it kind of does. So let's rock with it. And then for the bottom line, since eyes are a lot more 3D and bulbous than you think, we're actually going to draw straight down from this edge and then swoop in, right? And maybe it comes to a closer point on the inside, but it has that volume on that far edge. So maybe the eye shape is a little bit like that. Sort of like an almond, right? And that looks pretty solid. So let's try and mirror that on this side, but keep in mind that this nose is going to be holding or covering a little bit of that eye. So again, we are going to draw this eye, and it's coming up, very rounded on this edge, and then it can cut back in to there. You see how that nose just covers the littlest bit of it? That's going to give our drawing a little bit more perspective, a little bit more pizzazz. So, now that we have that, we can start looking at, hey, does anything need to change? Is anything a little bit strange here? And I'm thinking maybe this mouth can be refined just a little bit. Maybe it can curve up just slightly on this edge, and that will change its shape just enough. And then we can reshade that top lip, keeping in mind that this bottom lip, all we really have to shade is that very bottom edge. Now, basically, from here, we are sort of into the finalizing phase. So let's start really picking our battles and choosing what details we want to keep. I like this eyebrow so far, so let's just finalize that into where we need it. Same thing on this side. Maybe this one's a little bit thinner because it's getting cut off by the angle that this head is sitting in, but we can still draw a little bit of color around there. Maybe this eye has little indications of eyelids, so we can add a little bit of weight and a little bit of extra lineage around there, right? And then maybe it even has some mascara or dark eyeshadow, so let's darken up some of these to give it some space to actually draw those eyelashes in later. And now let's draw the pupils. So we want this to be looking right at us as we're drawing it. So this pupil is probably going to be up in this far corner, looking right at us. So we can color that in just slightly. Again, we're still just approximating everything, and that looks pretty sweet. And then this one is going to be very close to that spot, but just barely changing, because this eye is a little bit bigger and a little bit different in shape. So already, this face is starting to have some personality. It's starting to grow. I gotta go, but I'll celebrate in advance for you draw TMNT. Dude, thank you. The eyebrow is fire. Thank you. See you later. See you later, Turtle. Always love having you in here. So, this face is starting to work for us. Now what we have to do is we can go back and slowly refine this outline. So what we want to do is we want to have a slightly straighter edge for this forehead, right? And that forehead is going to encompass that eyebrow bone. The brow bone always sticks out a little bit farther than the face. So we want that to stick out and then cut in to where that eye sits. You see how I just slowly corner around that eyebrow? And then we want this to cascade down into the rest of the face. So, just slowly making my way down that line. And then even, let's make this chin a little bit skinnier. Let's have this character's, where's my eraser? What? There it is. Let's have this character's chin be a little bit skinnier than normal. So I'm actually going to erase that line that we just drew, and we're going to change this curve to be just a little bit more intense. So maybe that curve goes down like this. Whoa! You see how just that quick little change changed the entire structure of this whole face? And now we can have this chin come around just past that mouth, and then we can basically just pick and choose our favorite line for this chin line, and we'll come up and around up into that ear section. And we can even erase some of this junk, some of these junky lines on the outside, just to clean things up. So we'll follow that line that we just drew, and look at that. Just that little bit of definition all along the full edge, we're starting to see a way more accurate face out of nothing, out of super simple shapes. Now, what we want, because this face is turned away a little bit, we're actually going to see the ear sit behind the head a little bit. So I'm going to draw this jawline up a little bit further, and then this ear is going to sit just behind that line. And a good trick for ears is they always start at the eye line and end at the nose line, depending. If you're drawing a character with very large ears, it's probably going to be a little bit different, but for now, that's just a good rule of thumb while you're learning. So we can draw in a little bit of a detail for the ear, just some slight top ridge, a little bit of cartilage, that's it. That's all we really need to convey for that ear, right? So, already, this face, from nothing, is starting to go crazy. It's starting to bounce on it. Now what we have to focus on is sort of a rough approximation of hairline, and forehead. And the crazy thing is usually human faces only take up about half of the head, right? The rest is all just forehead and hair. So the hair is going to stick out quite a bit from this character. I'm also going to give her pretty large hair. But we want to slowly block in, almost like a Lego hair. We want to just set big, rounded shapes for this hairline. So I'm thinking we start about here and cascade down into this hair. And we're just going to set up a big, broad shape for all of this. And maybe that hairline goes to about there. And we can assume that since this hair is going to be big, it's probably going to start about there and then cast its way up and around into maybe that whole section, right? And again, this is not actually the hair we're drawing. We're just setting up a big container so we know about where we want this hair to end up. So, taking a look. Is it looking fine? Is it looking normal? A little bit. It's a little bit alien when you have this sort of big Lego hair block above it. But, check this out. Now we can go in with some texture and with some shaping. It's all about shaping. So I'm going to refine these edges. And maybe this character has big, crazy curls, right? So I'm just using my pencil to stroke out some crazy hair, some crazy texture as we're moving through this. And this is all just going to be very rough. Nothing too crazy. I'm not really using any skill here. I'm just mapping out big, interesting curls that I want to draw later and I want to finalize a little bit later. Much like this drawing, I started with that big Lego structure of hair, and now I'm slowly inlaying detail, right? So we're just going to focus on playing with all of these shapes, whatever we think looks natural and fun. We can have wisps of hair sort of darting out. We can have them cascading in and moving around the head in a way that seems accurate or seems a little bit realistic. And you can have as much fun as you want with hair. Usually hair is extremely hard to draw, so by breaking it down into these sort of crazy shapes, you make it a little bit easier on yourself, and also you give yourself a ton of excuses and a ton of spots where you want to change things or fix things, because the more of these like crazy scratchy lines, the more of your mistakes get hidden, which is sweet. So we can just sort of mimic and play with all of these different lines. And then when we go into actual finalization and real detail, we can fix these and make it look more realistic and more fun. But for now, we're just sort of playing. And maybe this hair is actually coming down a little bit more than we had thought. Maybe there's more curls that stick down and around. This lady's got some crazy hair, but that's going to be fun. So, now that we have that sort of setup, now we're going to look for anything that looks crazily lopsided. I think this part sticks out a little bit too far, and this part sticks out a little bit too little. So let's bump this out a little bit. And then let's take in this just a little bit. And slowly you can see it's basically like I'm almost working with clay on all of this. I'm slowly taking away and I'm slowly adding where I think it should be, right? Excuse me. Okay. And from here, basically, I'm thinking we start finalizing. We can add a little bit of indication of eyelashes around these eyes. Maybe a little bit of mascara runoff. right? Less is more when you're doing eyelashes. You just need little indications. You don't need something crazy. We can do in a little shadow for underneath that lip or underneath that nose into that lip. We can really sort of bulk up and finish these angles around the nose. And then basically, we're just going to throw in a little bit of shading everywhere so that when we move on to our darker pencil, we really just have to finish and finalize and color in where exactly we need it, right? And maybe this character's neck is sort of off to the side here into the back. And then you wouldn't see the neck here, but you would see just a little bit of skin from there because they're wearing clothing. So we can just put in little indications of that clothing. And of course this character is sitting on their knee, so we can throw in just a rough shape of that knee that they're sitting on. Maybe it goes to about there. And then we can go in and add a bunch of detail and shading to make that look more realistic. Right? And maybe you can even see a little bit of that pant curl. Right there. So, this is essentially it. I tried this more today. The perfectionist in me was screaming. Dude, I know. It takes a while. Hello, sir. Assassin! What's up? How shall I be? Dude, I shall be good. What shall we be drawing? Right now we're drawing a lady. And then later we're going to be drawing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then after that, I don't know. I don't write the script that far ahead. So now that we have all of this, let's slowly darken up some of these lines just to keep us honest. Just ever so slightly. Just getting things set up for that dark pencil when we need it. This drawing is turning out great. Sometimes efficacy, sometimes just telling yourself a drawing is turning out great, usually ends up getting that drawing to be into a great spot as well. A lot of times when I was drawing earlier, I would get very upset with drawings not turning out super well immediately, and then I would quit that drawing, and dude, that is like a recipe for disaster. You just kind of have to keep trudging through and finishing and figuring out these drawings. Sometimes, the more detail you add, the more your mistakes are hidden, right? So that's what we're attempting now. Is it a specific lady? Dago, I love that you're hopping chats. It sort of is. This is just, I just found a picture of a lady that another artist drew, and I'm drawing that from reference. So, now that we have all of that detail, we're going to come in with a darker pencil. And when I say darker, I just mean that the lead is softer. So by pressing with the same amount of pressure as the previous pencil, I'll get way darker lines because more graphite is leaving this pencil than the other one. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with this jawline, and we're just going to slowly finalize all of these outline lines. And you see how much darker that just a little stroke of this pencil is infinitely darker than all of the rest. And then we can come up into that brow bone, into that forehead. We can do a little bit of this eyebrow. It's going to be very thin at the end and quite thick in the beginning. So we're just slowly going to draw that in. Mirroring and finagling through this nose. And maybe we don't actually have that many lines for this nose. We don't need a ton of definition. It's quite a soft nose. But then for this nostril, we can do a little bit of finalizing there. just slowly but surely keeping some of these lines as smooth as possible. We can even darken up around this nostril, thickening up that line a little bit. And then we can draw in a little bit of an outline for this bridge of the nose into this eyebrow, which I'm taking a little bit of a change in line from there, right? It's sort of starting to pop. It's popping off of the page, which is great. We can take this eye and slowly finalize that. Maybe we don't actually draw the whole bottom edge of this line, but just enough to indicate that it's an eye. And then same thing on this side. I'm just picking and choosing some of these lines to really get dark. I want these top lines to be the darkest because it's going to have eyelashes and a little bit of mascara. So we're just slowly going to bolster those up a little bit. Maybe we add a little extra ridge to feel like eyebrows or eyelids. And then we can sort of muddy up a little bit under this eye and a little bit under this eye. And then we can throw in little indications of eyelashes. Again, less is more. You just need a little bit around the edges. Maybe a little bit down here. Maybe some of that is running off a little bit. You see how it's just popping off the page? Isn't that sick? I like art and do light art. Sick. My name is Kaysen. Cool. What's up, Kaysen? That's awesome. What kind of stuff do you draw? And now we can jump down to these lips. So again, we're just going to slowly but surely outline this shape. And then we just want value for these lips. We don't want anything crazy in terms of outline. So I'm just going to lay down a nice little even tone of graphite there. And then what we can do is darken up this very bottom edge just for a little shadow. And then we can draw in our midline right through there. And then we can even just darken up this top lip just a little bit. You see how that just pops? It just pops right off the page. Just a little bit of value is all you need. Shroom, what's up? Did you make the art you owe me? I'm making it right now. Look at all these. You missed this whole stream. This is all the stuff that I owed you. You got a panda, you got Sir Pablo, you got a shoe bill, you got this guy. Isn't that nice? So with this face, we're slowly, we're slowly making it pop. Now, for the pupils. We already put in a great approximation of what these are going to look like, so I'm going to outline this with a darker pencil. And then what we're going to do for these is we want just a little bit of a highlight, a little bit of a gleam. So we're going to throw in little circles where we think the light would be hitting these eyes, and then we're just going to color in the rest of it. You see how that little gleam we added so much personality? Isn't that crazy? And you can just darken these up as much as possible. Look at that! Holy smoke show! This person looks like a person! I thought I asked for a mushroom mask or a dragon? What? I didn't even see that you asked for anything specific. Could you in another stream draw a flower? Yeah, totally. I could do it in this one. Violante? I've never heard of that flower, but yeah, I can do that. So now that these eyes are popping, we can just add in a little bit of detail, a little bit of extra flair on top. Maybe they even have a little bit of shadow cast by that top little eyelid. Isn't that sweet? Oh, thanks for the likes. That's badass. I did. Oh, okay. Well, we'll get that. We'll We'll do a mushroom masquerade dragon. We can do that easy. And now, what we have to do is tackle all of this hair, which is going to be a little bit insane. But because we did all of this heavy lifting earlier, I'm hoping it's going to end up being a little bit easier. So we're just going to start slowly blocking in all of these little curls and colors that we had previously marked and earmarked for finishing. So we're starting just around here, getting a quick idea of how all of this is going to look. And maybe this one spins way out and connects in. And then there's some sort of curl ripping through there, and maybe there's another curl around there. And we're just slowly but surely adding in little bits of detail everywhere. Just trying to make this look very realistic. So same thing with this section. We're just drawing in value and color. A lot of times you can get stuck in this mode of, well, I have to draw every single strand of hair, but that's not what we're doing. We're just shading big clumps of hair that are sort of attached to this person's head, kind of like glue. Like if you were to take big balls of hair and connect them to a character's head, that's usually what hair looks like. And changing your pencil direction and all of these little methods that I'm doing here of just slowly adding in color where I think it makes the most sense is the best way to do hair. So it always takes practice, like it's never just going to come easy, but the more you practice and the more you think about hair as just sort of coloring in a big Lego block, usually the better your hair is going to turn out. So let's add just like a big tsunami wave kind of curl here. And then maybe what this ends up being is a little bit of a spiral into just normal shading. Same thing over here. All of this hair is coming up and around and out of the hair, or out of the head. So we're just slowly adding in value, and as we go, as we change and fix things, we'll just add really dark tones where we need it to convey this shape. I'm having a change between streams. They between which one is behind. They switch between which one is behind? Really? That's interesting. I've never heard of that. I've never noticed. No one's ever told me that. So we're just switching, slowly switching the direction of my pencil just to give this hair sort of a crazy curly look. And it's slowly working. And we can darken up and finalize once we get at least a good amount of this hair drawn. So let's switch directions again to prove out that there are curls here. Maybe up here as well. We'll switch directions a little bit up and around this side of the head. And then maybe there are little curls that are dropping down onto the face. Again, this is a very rough approximation of where I think all of this hair is going to be. And then back here we can just do all of those same little notes that we had just talked about. Right? And now we can draw in just a little indication that the ear is right there. So, already, like that hair is starting to take shape. Just use a computer? You mean to draw? I wouldn't know. Or are you talking to Assassin Doggo? Also, what's up, Galaxy? How you been? What's new? So now, all we have to do is basically like play and add flair wherever we think we need it. Because the rest of this drawing, believe it or not, is just going to be adding in detail and finalizing and fixing and making this thing or person look very realistic. So what we're going to do is maybe add in a little bit of shading around this nose and under this eye. Under this eyebrow too, we'll probably get a little bit of a shadow. under this eyebrow will get a little bit of a shadow. Same thing with along that nose. Maybe the cheekbones will get a little bit of shadow and shading. And probably this whole side of the face will be in shadow because it's turned down towards the ground. Not too many wrinkles on this face, which is fine. It's always good to understand and remember, who you're drawing or how old your character is. Some characters have a lot of face wrinkles and other characters don't have any. So, you can really change the age and shape of a character just by adding too many wrinkles, or not enough. So we're just slowly working our way through some of these extra details that we don't necessarily need, but it's fun to add. So we'll add a little bit of that. We can just add an indication that the neck is coming out, and maybe this knee that she's resting her head on is coming through there. And you can see that. And then her shirt collar comes up and around sort of like this. Just like that, right? And now we just have to finish the eyes, or the hair. Nothing much. I'm planning to make dragons based off my friends. Oh, cool. She's mewing. She really is. This looks like an album. It kind of does. It kind of does look like an album. Now, we can basically just pick and choose where we really want some dark accents in this hair. So maybe there are some curls that aren't getting any light, so they're going to be a little bit darker than everything else. Maybe the undersides of these, maybe some of these strands. Maybe this hair comes up like this, and there are some definitions of curls here. Maybe that curl splays out a little bit. Basically, from here, you just get to play. You just get to have fun with what this hair is going to look like and where the details and shading is going to be. Right? Maybe these curls are pretty defined, dropping down onto her face. Maybe this hairline, she's got very dark swooping hair coming up and out of her scalp, so we can draw a little indication of that. It's basically just a free-for-all at this point. We're just slowly adding in color and volume everywhere we can. And you can see how slowly, just like adding this little bit of extra detail and extra darkness and value really makes some of these parts pop. And maybe she's got a little bit of roughness, a little bit of curls dropping down onto her scalp. Dude, look at that. And we can add some extra wispies. Dude, that bangs. Jukiholic, what's up? Violante, but only if she decided to be a small flower in a vase for her dad? Whoa. That's a crazy comment. I'm in. I still have to look up Violante. Okay. Now, basically, again, we just get to pick and choose if some things need to be a little bit more detailed than others. So we can add a little bit of shading on that nose now that we're here. Add a little bit of color to that eye. Add a little bit of color to this. We can even shade in this knee. Maybe she's wearing jeans. So we can just add in a ton of color there. Keeping all of these pencil strokes parallel with all of the shape that we're trying to convey. And keeping the pencil lines pretty light so we don't run into any extreme mess ups. Look at that! Chat! We're kind of killing this drawing. And now we're just slowly, we're in the quiet zone of the drawing. We're in the library, as you call it, because we're just in that flow state, finishing and finalizing and making this drawing look awesome. And even so, maybe we bolster up the shirt that she's wearing. Adding in just a little bit of color so we all know that it's a shirt, or more so a dress. And dude, look at that! Isn't she nice? What's up, Quartz? Drawing something in my wheelhouse? Dude, that's what I'm saying. We're about to do, oh, whoa, here we go. Do first form. First form in a pot would be cool. Don't make it cute. Her first form is being a gigantic flower. Was that her second form? Dude, Juki, I'm in. You're finally giving Assassin Dago a run for their money. Haven't watched all the films, but I do like watching YouTubers that do. Godzilla's pretty beast. My favorite guy was King Caesar, Goofy Dog Lion. Whoa. That's incredible. I'm no longer alone on Twitch. I know. Isn't that nuts? Also, Juki, Assassin jumps between YouTube chat and Twitch chat constantly. But he's trying to dominate both, so you kind of have to give him a run for your money. I still didn't draw your Baymax PC. OC. Oh. You'll get there, Shroom. It's alright. But isn't this drawing pretty sick? I ordered stickered, kind of hype. Oh, sweet. Stickers of your art. I'm just going to slowly darken up these pants, because that's fun for me. And we can even change direction of our pencil strokes to give these pants a little bit more texture. Kind of making them look a little bit rough. Maybe they're vintage, maybe they're thrifted jeans. Isn't that nice? Great! Great! We'll add a little bit of different sizes as well. Make this thing look just a little bit more realistic before we sign off. Dude, that bangs. I am in on that drawing. Anthony Tang, what's up? Hedora was done dirty in Final Wars? Oh, whoa. Oh my god, Bloom! Look at you! Anthony, we're just drawing faces and doing as many tutorials as we can. We did a bunch of these last night. We did a panda, a shoebill, another face, this little penguin with a top hat, and now today we're doing this woman. He was stock footage in the Final Wars. The ears line up with the eyes and nose. I'd say neck and ear. Wait a second. Kinda hyped. It looks great, by the way. Oh, thank you. Can I see the shoebill? Yeah, of course you can, Juki. Check that guy out. Look at him. Look at how handsome. I'd say the neck and ear. Quartz, I'm not sure what you're talking about with the neck and ear. The ears line up with the eyes and nose? Yes. Oh, is someone asking a question? Bloom, I'm happy to have you back. Is that a main character? She could be. She's not as of right now, but we could make her a main character. The best drawing is Kamata-kun. Dude, it is. No lol, the ear is too high on the second one. On the second one... What do you mean? On which face? This one? That ear? The one that's covered in all the hair? Where's the crow? Dude, I don't know. Crow did not die. He actually did. Oh, that's hair, never mind. Oh, sure. I get it. I see what you mean. Yeah, it's all just hair. You scared me for a second. I was like, oh my god. Did I really mess up that bad? His channel turned into a brand new one. Are you talking about Crow? What's the main character's name? Let's say Kelly. Jukaholic. Alright, we'll go with Kelly. I'm in on that. Kel dog. Can I see Kamata-kun so I can sleep well? Yeah, you can do that. Here, we'll do, we'll give her a nice little title card. Look at that. Dude, we're ripping with Kelly. There she is. Kelly? I guess so. Juki called it. Kel the bell. It says it's still staring Crow for me. I believe it is. I think Shroom is making a joke. Alright, let's show Dago Kamata-kun quick so we can all sleep well. Where is she? What the hell? Here's a fun page for anyone that missed it. We did a ton of faces, cats, and everything here. What's Kelly's last name? Rippa. R-I-P-P-A. Let's do, oh! I think a bunch of you missed this one. I did this on like a Saturday morning. This was very fun. Quartz, I think you'll like this one a lot. That was a ton of fun. We did this Triceratops and a couple of faces as well. That one is a ton of fun. I think you guys are gonna like that a lot. We did, again, a ton of faces, a SpongeBob. Here we go. Here you go, doggo. There's Kamata-kun. The most cursed drawing I've ever done. Kamata-kun from Godzilla. Staring Crow's sound card and cover band. Dude, I wish he was in here. He's a very active chatter in this chat. And it's awesome. What's Kelly's last name? It can't be Rippa. What about Jones? Kelly Jones. Like a detective from the 60s. She wears a big trench coat and a top hat. Kelly Grips? Alright, we're between Kelly Grips and Kelly Jones. You get to pick, Anthony. Okay, let's jump. You know what, TikTok? I think your time has come. Holy smokes, we've been drawing for an hour already. Yeah, TikTok, you're gone. This has been awesome. We did this beautiful little drawing. Kelly Jones. Look at her. Isn't that sick? Okay. I'm Nathan. I love y'all. Good night. Have fun. Do whatever the hell you want. Follow me if you can. That'd be nice. Okay, goodbye. Sick. Kelly Jorps? Kelly Grips? I kind of like Kelly Grips. Is that Twitch chat on screen too? Dude, Bloom, you missed it. I finally figured out how to run everything and make it look nice instead of just that. I used to just screen grab the YouTube chat that you guys were always in, and then I cropped it down so you could only see the chat part of it. And I finally figured out how to get it on screen transparently, and I did it for both Twitch and YouTube. So now everyone can talk to each other. Which do you like most, the Manila drawing or the Kamata-kun? Oh, God. I like Kamata-kun better. Is that the book series? Is Kelly Grips a book series? Oh my God, you're leveling up? I'm trying to. It took, dude, I'm not kidding. It took me like an hour and a half to figure it out. It was the most infuriating, like, I shut down. After an hour and a half, I was like raging. I was like, why isn't it working? And finally, by a stroke of luck, I like reset everything and tried one more time from the ground up, and just magically, didn't change anything, it worked. And it was awesome. Godzilla's son. Dude. Rip. Rip to Godzilla's son. We've got a whole... Dude, this is sick. Juki and Assassin Doggo are going crazy on Godzilla in the Twitch chat, and then there are like 14 different conversations going on in the YouTube chat. It's so perfect. Anthony, I don't know what the book series is called. They're all talking about Godzilla. And then if you're talking about Kelly Jones or Kelly Grips, the book series would be called... The Week of No Sleep. Done. In Godzilla Monsters All Out Attack. Kelly Jones, oh my God, he was a good Batman cover artist. Whoa, really? Interesting. Maybe it was a subconscious. Maybe I just pulled that name out of thin air. Dude, Bloom, what you been up to? Also, what should we draw next? We've also been live for an hour, so we're already like running through possible end times. Shrooms, what did you miss? We finished this drawing. We named her Kelly. It turned out incredibly well. We're all very happy. I did a quick little sketchbook tour, and now we're talking about Godzilla. We're talking to Anthony Tang. We're making a book based on this character. The Week with No Sleep? Yeah. Or maybe just Sleepless Weeks. The Week Sleeps. Right, the last name. Alright, I gotcha. We're going with Jones. Anthony, I appreciate how much you take charge in this chat. It's really working out for you. Perfect. Look at that. There she is. Kelly Jones. I've just been chilling recently. Have some days off, struggling to draw much of anything, sadly. Dude, that'll happen. You have a friend's named Kelly? Whoa, cool. Sleepless Nights. I like Sleepless Nights. I'm eating frozen blueberries? Dude, Shroom. I did the same thing earlier today. It's the best snack ever. Write the novel's name? No, I'm not writing the novel's name. Anthony, your permissions have been revoked. Guess what, pal? We're not writing it. Is she related to Henry Watson Jones for real? She could be. Let's write that into her lore. I love them. Yeah, dude, they're the best. It's the best snack. Sometimes I'll put them in a cup and I just let them sit for like 20ish minutes and then I mix it in with Greek yogurt and it's the most delicious snack of all time, without a shadow of a doubt. Okay, what if we did this drawing? It looks fantastic. I'm very proud of it. We've been leveling up so far. Okay, bear with me here. This little spread of pages, if we can fill this page out with equally awesome drawings, we're going to have such a nice spread, which is nutty. Write the book series name? It ain't happening. Hey, Anthony Tang, it ain't happening. I'm never writing the name. I refuse. I'm taking a stance. I'm protesting. I don't want to write the name. Draw a burger? We've already drawn a burger. Oh, Biolante. Let's check out what this looks like. If this is cool, we'll draw it. If it's not, maybe we do a speed run of Minecraft. Oh, Biolante's sick. Oh, I know Biolante. I've seen this character everywhere. I don't want to draw it tonight, though. This art streamer does not want to draw Biolante. First form is the flower. Let's check it out. Let's check out first form. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I guess we could. I guess we could draw Biolante. Oh, Balder. It's just a big rose. It's just a big rose with a gross, disgusting body. Biolante burgers. Speedrun. See, Bloom is in on the Minecraft speedrun. I like these cheesy drips. Veggie burgers. I don't know what you're seeing. Miss Kelly is related to an insecure guy that adopts a dog's name. Oh, interesting. Not veggie burgers? Why not? What's wrong with veggie burgers? We could make veggie burgers from Biolante. Isn't that nice? Wouldn't that be awesome? Anthony Tang, are you still in here? Do you still want me to write the novel's name? They taste like... Whoa, shroom. I don't know if you're allowed to say that, pal. You're getting spicy. In the Godzilla universe, there has to be a vegetarian burger stand called the Biolante Burgers. Dude, if they didn't, that's really bad marketing. Somebody should capitalize on that. I am. Because I'm homeschooling. That's fantastic, Shroom. I'm glad. I'm glad you're popping out. I'm glad you enjoy the stream. Dude, that's what I'm saying, Juki. It would sell out like crazy. Everyone would line up for that place. That would be like the hip, like the food truck, the like crazy punk rocker food company would sell Biolante burgers, and it would be like destruction. All their branding would just be buildings collapsing and burgers going nuts. Because who is not going to say you're a veggie burger stand? Exactly. Exactly. I'd never go there though. What? Really, Shroom? I would go there immediately. I'd be like, oh my god. These guys are going crazy. Hey, what about the week with no sleep? Anthony, you are ruthless. Okay, fine. But we're changing the name. It's going to be Sleepless Weeks. I never get sleep nowadays. You've been saying that. You've been saying you don't sleep much. Let's use the bigger pencil. What am I, crazy? Here we go. Sleepless weeks, inbound. This is just for Anthony. She comes out at 4 a.m. What? Oh, I try to wait for my girlfriend. She has a different time zone. Oh, very cool. The name of your novel, Sleepless Weeks? Yeah, Sleepless Week. Anthony, you've got a lot of questions for a guy that's making all this stuff up. Anyone ever tell you that? Anyone ever tell you that, Anthony? I'm still not convinced that you... Do you know that we're making this up? I need that handwriting. Dude, you can practice it. It takes no time at all. Really? Anthony, I love having you around. Sleepless weeks. Everybody's losing sleep tonight. Sleepless. We should have chosen a shorter title. Here we go. Oh yeah, we're getting there. There's so many E's in this name. And that's definitely like the longest, the hardest letter to draw in this font. Oh yeah, here we go. Kelly Jones, Sleepless Weeks. Sleepless Weeks! Yeah, baby. That's it. Host Great News. I'm going to allow you to use that title for a small fee. Juki, let's just say I'm stealing it. And I'm never going to pay you anything. Not a single dime. And guess what? It's all on camera. You're never getting me, pal. You're never getting any money for Sleepless Weeks. And I'm going to sell 1 million copies. I'm going to sell 1 billion books. Kelly Jones, Sleepless Weeks. And I'm going to be sleeping in a bed of money. Ooh, all comfy like this. And you're going to be out on the street cold as hell. 'Cause I stole your idea. And I'm going to laugh my way to bed every night. How's it feel? How's it feel? That's the sound of the police. Can you draw the second main character from Sleepless Weeks? That is a great idea. And meanwhile, I'll be sleepless for weeks on the streets. Make it a dog? Hold on, Sleepless Streets? Wait a second. Really? Are we sure? Nathan, there's an error on your Twitch? What kind? It seems fine. You're scaring me, man. With the star spot on his eye? Ooh, that'd be cool. It says you're the most handsome. Oh, look who's got jokes now. Assassin Doggo. I beg you, man, not to use that to sell your books. Doggo, let's take a step back. I want you to come correct. Did you just say I'm not? Are you calling me butt ugly? Is that how we're playing this? Bloom. Oh my god. Oh, just a solid yes. Really? Really? Maybe make the dog an assassin? But if I draw an assassin dog, then Assassin Doggo gets street cred. And we just learned that he's a bad person. He's a mean dude. He just called me butt ugly. On live. Caught in 4K. Do you know what butt ugly means, Shroom? Make it a villain? Ooh. To be fair, he's the only one who has their face on stream. You hurt my fellow Goji fan. Dude, I'm thinking we run a Minecraft. I think we have to run a speedrun Minecraft quick. I will die immediately, but I think it's gonna be fun. Blobfish, ah. says the dog. Let's see how this works. Let's just see if this is fun. Where the hell did everything just shut down? Most handsome works when only one person shows their face on stream. Hey, see? That's what I'm kind of thinking. Shush. I said, can you draw the second main character from Sleepless Weeks? I can tomorrow. Anthony, are you around tomorrow? I could do the second main character then. I'm thinking we do a quick little Minecraft speedrun. And then we all go to bed. Nice style. Doesn't that sound pretty cool? Let me just set this up. Everybody relax. Everybody relax. It's also no hate. It's also most ugliest. You guys really love putting me in the dirt. Kelly is more. Oh my gosh, Shroom. You're starting to fall for Kelly? Okay, but fair. Have you seen the rest of us? I haven't seen any of you. Shroom's over here thinking about Kelly. I think Shroom loves Kelly. Let's do, okay, now I have to get, oh my gosh. Here we go. Don't you worry, everybody. Don't you worry. Oh. Something went horribly wrong. Maybe if I try... Nice. Okay, we'll throw that there. Guys, this is starting to work. Perfect. Look at that. Draw the second main character from Sleepless Weeks. Anthony, dang. Dude. We will. I promise you that. Also, can you guys hear everything? You can hear the game, you can hear me. Let's turn that down a little bit. Perfect. Lucky you. Thank you, Juki. Alright, y'all. Make Kelly have a dog who is also an assassin. I like that. You can hear me just fine? Great. Okay, perfect. Thank you very, very much. Now we have to change the titles of this whole thing. Check this out. I'm changing it to most handsome speedruns Minecraft for the first time. That's gonna be perfect. Okay, let's change this. Okay, come on, let's see this. Perfect. Dude, they are going to love this. No, don't change the title. No, I'm talking about the stream, not the actual, not the book title. Call it Shrooms is Bald. We do not need to call it Shroom is Bald. Okay. Now, for everyone that hasn't seen this before, this is a train wreck. I am not good. at speedrunning, and because of that, we're doing a hardcore world. We are going to do 1 or 2 of these, and we're going to see what happens. Start the clock, baby. While you play, can I talk about time I bought shrooms? Yeah, dude, you should. What the hell? Okay. First things first, horrible spawn, like always. Wait, can I name the character? Yeah, of course. Sleepless Weeks is here. I've got to get the hell out of this place. Oh my god. See, I'm telling you guys, I'm not good at speedrunning this game. I've played so much Minecraft, but I cannot. Oh no, I died too soon. GG. Exactly. See? You got this. Thank you, Bloom. I'm excited that you're hanging with us. You missed, okay, Mr. Devil Spawn from Halloween. What? Shroom, are you talking to me? In that tone, really? Bloom, were you here for the run that we did like 1,000,000 and it all sucked? I think it was you, Shroom, and Crow, wasn't it? Any case, I bought a bag of shrooms one time and started eating the caps and stems very carefully in the beginning. Oh, here we go. Let me guess what happens. You ate 2, you didn't feel the effects and you'd had a whole bunch more. Let's change this. We need sneak to be, no, we need sprint to be that and this to be that. Done. Okay, great. Also, let's check this. Closed captions on, we like that. View bobbing off, we like that. Okay. Okay, one more setting. Quake Pro, done. We're already there. Nice. I don't know if I was there, but I might have been. It was awful. It was god awful. Everything sucked in the entire world. I finally got 2 good spawns, and I got into the nether, and I blew it. Both times pretty much immediately. And then also, there was this one portal I completely ruined and then trekked away and found... I ended up finding 2 extra sources of lava, which was almost enough, and then I almost killed myself on top of that. It was literally like we were watching a baby play this game. And I was that baby. What am I doing? I am speedrunning Minecraft. I'm trying to beat this game as fast as possible. I'm trying to be the world record holder. Yikes, dude, I know. And I'm sitting here sweating, losing my mind, while Shroom and Crow are fighting in the comments about God knows what. At least he's not being a baby. What are you trying to say, Shroom? Whoa, look at this. This is nice for Anthony Dang. And they had way too many quick cuts. They really did. Okay, so less than 4 minutes to get world record. You got this? I think I can. This is the 5th time. The only thing I remember was the first watched Entertainment Tonight. Oh, wait, we're still listening to this. Yeah. After a while, I thought I got ripped off, so I ate the entire bag. Oh no, somebody asked me to do art, so I spent the entire time watching TV and decorating something. The only thing you remember is watching Entertainment Tonight? Oh no. Dude, Juki, that sounds horrible. Stop with the butt pics, my god. I gotta chop the wood down. Sometimes you gotta see my Minecraft character's butt, and that's just normal. That's like part of growing up. Part of growing up is seeing my Minecraft character's butthole live in 4K. Which is discombobulating. I bet, dude. Okay, do you think we're gonna find a sunken ship? Oh no. Come on, you bastard. Oop, not gonna kill the baby, don't worry. Okay, we're probably fine on food. For now. But if there's anything we know about me, it's that these take 30... Actually, no, we don't actually know how fast I can do this because I've never completed it. Oh, Juki, you just got, an auto mod just caught your comment. They're trying to block you. Remember Kamata-kun dances ballet for your success? That's so sweet. Thank you, Kamata-kun. Everyone's... Oh! Ruined portal. Here we go. Bloom. Get ready. We might be able to make this work. That poor child that will blame itself. Eat food, you're right. Thank you. I gotta get out of this. Oh, thank God. Okay. Win percentage? Nope, not even close. There's crying obsidian. We can't use it. But we've got this. Don't need any of that. Bingo, blinged out. Okay. Village. You're kidding me. Guys. I think we might... What are you waiting for before the draw that makes sense? Anthony, you are on a mission. He said next stream. I did. We'll get there. Anthony, I promise you this. Anthony is losing his mind. He just really needs to see the second character, which honestly I respect. I would do the same thing. But we have really important issues at hand. We need to beat Minecraft as fast as possible. And I think we're getting close. You know what I'm gonna do? Dude. Everyone's gonna hate me for this. But I think it's oddly important. We make a stone pick and we grab some of this iron. Because guess what? I never find iron when I need it. What are you waiting before? I just don't wanna. We've been drawing for an hour plus, and now I'm playing Minecraft. It's sort of the trick of the trade. We're gonna grab that, we're gonna grab that. We're gonna grab this. Okay. Perfect. We are going to do this. Guys, we might be cooking. As punishment, you shall never draw the second character. Dirt? What did you need a shovel for? Because when I find gravel, I have to dig it out very quickly. See, like this. To get flint. For a flint and steel. That classic Minecraft meme. Got it. Dude, we're on a roll. You know what? I need more, I need some cobblestone for a furnace if I'm gonna cook up this iron. What are we at? Oh, we just missed world record pace. Shoot! Oh, really? Oh, guys, I think this village... Oh, never mind. I thought it was gonna be abysmal, but I think it'll be fine. Yep. We'll take that. Oh, little baby guy. We'll take this. I hope there's an iron... Yeah, there is. Iron golem right there. Oh, sorry, little guy. Taking your bed. What do we got in here? 2! Anthony is about to go. We're gonna get Anthony that drawing and he's gonna love it. We just have to beat this game. This chest is only gonna have paper in it. Nice. Bread. Nothing. You missed it by a long shot, actually. We don't need to talk. I mean, honestly, it's you either get it or you don't. And right now I don't. So we don't need to talk about how far off I was. We just need to say, hey, better luck next time. Let's sleep. Come on. We always have to sleep in these runs because I can't. Losing my mind? Anthony, are you? Hey, he got into my bed. What a loser. Here we go. Okay. We take down that iron golem. And then we shoot to the nether. Let's get this furnace going. Just in case. Okay. Oh, we gotta wait for him to go down. I've died too many times from these guys. I'm not doing it again. Oh, God. I want him to come closer. It's not gonna happen. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to hit him, run away. Oh. Perfect. Oh, thank God. Bro, shush. Okay, we'll grab this. We're gonna grab all of that wheat. Then we're gonna grab the iron that's cooking up. We're gonna make infinite bread. Dude, we're cooking. Then we just have to find some lava. Draw the second main character from Sleepless Weeks. Dude, I'm loving Anthony. The man knows what he wants. He knows what he likes. He just wants to see the second main character from Sleepless Weeks. Is that so wrong? Chat, is that really so awful? That the man just loves the storyline so much? Second main character must be in a companion dog who's an assassin. We got that. We can do that. We've got that covered. We can have a little, he can have a little knife in his hand. We've got to eat something. Okay, let's check this out. Dude. Okay. We're doing this. We're doing this. We're doing this. Oh. We're living. Dude. Oh, wait. We need to make wheat. Dude, we have infinite food. Put that in the offhand. We can munch and crunch everywhere. And it's a villain? You took the words right out of my mouth. What are we talking about? He's keeping the tulips. You. You made me do that. Okay, where do we think the nearest lava pool is? Also, I don't need that. I'll keep that. I don't need that. We can keep that. We can keep this. Don't need that. Screw it. Okay, come on. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? We've got to go get some leaves for building blocks. And then we got to find lava. We're at 15 minutes. This might work. What did I do? That's it. Delete your account, Assassin Doggo. Delete your account. Anthony's on a tear, dude. You can't get in between a man and his second character of Sleepless Weeks. I think that's just the rule. Oh, we can't even reach that. Screw it. Time waste. We need some lava, dude. Delete your account. You must delete your account. Assassin Doggo, you don't need to delete your account. Don't worry. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. What do we have? We're gonna need a lot. Because I'm not good at this game. So we're probably gonna have to search for an hour to get to a bastion. Okay. Toss that. We look so handsome with the gold armor. Will it help if I join your side, Anthony? Whoa. New dynamic duo. It's insane to me how fast speedrunners find lava. Thank you. Shroom, it's alright. They're just playing, they're having fun. Oh, you know what? Before we forget, I gotta grab that water. Bloom, how are we looking on time? Any lava down there? No. Your girlfriend's online. That's great news. Whoa, pillager outpost over there. Oh, and a second village, but we don't even need it anymore. Yes, it is. I was sprinting that whole time and I didn't even notice. Dude, we're getting boned. We don't really even need anything from this place. Is this a witch's hut? Oh no, it's a cartographer. A ruined portal. Caught it out of the side of my eye. Nathan, what's the plan to take out Anthony? If you're going for the longest Minecraft session, then you're making good progress on time. I can't believe you'd roast me like that. I thought we were friends. Golden boots, sure. Ooh, I'll take that. Because what we can do with this, you know what, I'll take that too. We can mine this guy. And now we have infinite... What? Where the hell did it go? Am I blind? Did I destroy it? You're kidding me. That's crazy. I can only be so hopeful for a little bit. That's fair. I put you guys through the ringer. Okay, we'll just stash that for now. Not helpful. We'll throw those on. Okay, back to looking for lava, I guess. What a rip. She's still at school. Hey, that's alright. That is okay. Shroom, we've got at least another, what, 40 minutes until we actually beat this thing? How's I got a monitor on my phone? I think we're fine. Okay. Dude, how am I getting so unlucky with this lava? Hey, NASA! What's up? It's been a while. My boyfriend probably asleep by now. He's at school. Dude, everybody's got their partners in school right now. And I'm just sitting here like a chump playing this game and doing very poorly. Okay, orange pumpkins. Orange equals lava. Lava must be nearby. That rule has never worked. Desert. Easier to find lava in a desert. It's midnight for you? Whoa. That's crazy. Yeah, you guys are like all on East Coast, aren't you? Or like close to the East Coast? It's been a while because every time I join you end early. True. I was doing that. But recently, check out how, first off, how nice the stream looks with all the chats going, which is awesome. And second off, I've been on a hot streak. I've been doing like at minimum an hour every night for the past couple nights. I gotta sleep. I cannot survive the night. We know this about me. It's midnight for you? Damn. Dude, at this point we might as well just try and find the end. We're so far away from spawn, we're probably just right next to the portal anyways. You don't like that YouTube's seeing your chats? I can't plan to terminate them. That is kind of a trade-off. Now you have open communication. Everyone can see that you're constantly planning to take them down. I went to sleep at 9:30 this morning. What? Dude, that can't be good for your health. Okay, draw the second character. Anthony, you're still on this? I thought we all decided it was over. Once I die in this world, I'm done streaming. I'm not going back to the pencil and paper. I can promise you that. Anthony is back. We must terminate him. That's what I'm saying. If I'm not dead, then I'm probably mortal. Whoa. Wait a second. You kind of cooked with that one. What are we doing here? Dude, this has got to be the unluckiest run of all time. You lost the gold block because you broke with a gold pickaxe? Can't you? Isn't that gold and iron do the same thing, right? Oh, Anthony Tang's on a tear. He didn't get his drawing and now he's throwing a fit. Am I really that dumb? I can't believe. Oh, and we just circled this whole island. I made no progress. Dude, I'm about to lose it. BRB? Alright, see you. We'll see you in a second. Hey, guess what? We're gonna be here for a while. I can tell you that. Well, I mean, guys, we've got time. What's everyone doing this week? What's new? What's fun? Anything interesting? think I have to, wait a second. Anthony better crash out, that's what I'm thinking. I think I have to go let someone in. Guys, I'll be right back. Do not worry. Oh my god. We're losing time! I can't believe this. My girlfriend never brings her keys anywhere, so she's always getting locked out. Okay, guys, we broke Anthony. Oh no, really? He's still asking for the character? Oh no, he's just spamming huh and hey. Oh, guys, I don't think this is working out for him. Bloom, have you ever seen someone attempting a world record and leaving the computer for a minute and coming back? Isn't that incredibly efficient? Dude, we are not going to find lava. I think guys, I think we just have to call it. We are getting dangerously close to just giving up. Should I just dig straight down? No, I've also never seen them try and mine gold with a gold tool. Interesting. So maybe I am just a dumb piece of chud. I think those two were world records themselves. First to ever try. You said you would end until you died. You're right. I have to stick it out. But this is like ridiculous. We all understand that this is crazy. That I haven't found even one thing of lava. Like, come on. We'll just keep going, I guess. Anyone seen any good movies lately? Oh, here's a ruined portal. Gotta go cave at this point? Dude, that's what I'm thinking. That's it, delete your account. Anthony, you are going loco, brother. Gold sword? Sure, dude. Screw it. I'll take all that. There's one piece of lava. Great. Most recent I saw was Avatar in theaters. Oh, sick. What'd you think? I didn't know if I wanted to go to that or not. The French got everything while I'm literally trying to learn French just so I can understand the Ninjago Dragon's Razor trailer. Dude, that is such insane commitment. That's awesome. We're going straight down. This game is not going to let us win. We've got Anthony calling for Assassin to delete his account. Yeah, what did he do? Okay, the most dangerous game. Straight down, baby. We're gonna get something cool, I promise. Also, I'm so happy that all of you guys are in here chatting. It feels awesome. It was cool. Hadn't watched the first two Avatar movies. I went to theaters to see it. It was cool seeing the whole world. Dude, I know. And like all their tech has gotten so insane in the past couple years too. He has a death wish, guys. I do. Bro's dying so fast. No, I'll be fine. I'll be chill. I don't know when season 4 comes out, but it's got to be soon. It sounds like it, especially if you're learning a whole new language just for a trailer. They've got to be releasing something soon. Can't you just wait until they release the English version, or is that not how that works? Let's do this. Let's do this. Hello. We don't need that. Dude, imagine a speed run that's gone so long I just ended up finding diamonds straight down. That is so nuts. Okay, well, I guess we have, what, 6 diamonds now? Screw it. Let's just do a playthrough. At this point, it's been so long we should just enjoy ourselves. There's 6 diamonds. Let's just strip mine. No way. Let's just think, you know what? I'm just gonna build a base. I'm just gonna hang out. Water flows. What Y level are we even at? -25. Start a normal game to make a campfire. We're in Husk, dude. And we've got draw character. We've got to draw character for Anthony. We've got to finish this game in 2 minutes. We've got a long run. It's not even a speed run anymore, dude. I can't believe this. I actually can't believe this. We just got to the absolute end of the world. Hardcore series and Nathan channel. Dude, that's just gonna happen by accident. This is a speed run. We're speed running right now. And I just dug straight down for 200 blocks and we didn't find anything except for 6 diamonds. Stop playing Minecraft right now. Anthony, you are in for a world of hurt. Let me tell you that. Chat, find his IP address. Chat, find his mother's maiden name. Chat, somebody hack Anthony Tang right now. Anthony Tang, what's your credit score? Anthony Tang, what's your social security number? Do you have anything for us? What's your bank pin? Anthony Tang, chat, find this guy's information. Oh my god. Okay, well, what we've learned is the world hates me, and we are never going to find love. It's already almost nighttime. Okay. Chat, you guys get to decide when I dig straight down the next attempt. Whenever you want. You just say the word. So my enemies consist of the French and the British now. That's good. That's good company. This speedrun, I've slept 3 times in this entire speedrun. That is not normal. Dig down now. Gotcha. Thank you, everybody. You guys are going to be right. We're going to fall into something awesome. I hear an Enderman. Oh, God! You're joking me. Oh. Bloom. That is on you, pal. Okay. We have got... I guess it doesn't even matter if we throw stuff away here, because it's just going to end up back in my inventory. Build a shield better than armor. Oh, you're so right. Holy smokes. Okay. We are going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of that. We don't need that. Don't need that. Everything else is fine. Okay, what should we build with our diamonds? Oh, we could just do a diamond pick and just mine for a couple pieces of obsidian too. Okay, we'll think about that. Where's my iron? Dude, did I use all of my iron? I must have. Thank God I got these nuggets. Dude, perfect idea. Thank you very much. Okay, we're gonna do... We're doing it. We're doing it, and it's gonna be awesome. Get rid of that. We'll get rid of that. We have so many. I think we're fine. Okay. Back to it. How to kill YouTube now? Interactions are there. I don't know. I was just about to say something about a shield. It's so... Dude, entering that cave and immediately seeing every mob on the planet was terrifying. I went down to 2 hearts. You read 2 things. One, that Dragon Rising released 2 days after March's Blood Moon. Whoa, very cool. That's sick. Dig down now. Okay. Well, I want some of my hearts back. Oh God. Alright. Thank God. You're joking! Oh, dude. All that for nothing. Alright, back to being straight down. I'm gonna block up this hole. What a sad, sad day for all of us. It's been 37 minutes. Dude, the slowest speedrun of all time. And we're not even close to entering the nether. Okay, we're watching those closed captions because if we see little lava pops, we're golden, dude. How long have we been live for? How many hours has it been? I'm lost, dude. I don't even know who I am anymore. -8. You're kidding me. At this point, dude, I know. Is Nathan gone? I think so. And I still have to draw the second main character from Sleepless Weeks. Yeah, Nathan B is gone. It's Nathan G. Mad respect. Bless up to everyone that knows about Nathan G. Good thing you'll stream until you die. I know. I should have never said that. Dude, I cannot believe this. This is ridiculous. -34? What am I doing with my life, dude? This isn't even gonna work. Let's be real with ourselves. This shit is never gonna work. It's not a speedrun now, and the dragons, mushrooms, and masks. Yeah, exactly. Guys, it's been 40 minutes. We haven't even heard lava. You watched the entire lore of Ninjago last night? Whoa. NASA, do you think you could, from memory, write down and rewrite, like, the whole show? Do you think you know it that well that you could do, like, bar for bar everything? Back to it, I suppose. Well, now that we have a diamond pick, we can just mine some of this obsidian. Not that well, but pretty close. That's crazy. Like, that's very cool. I know every quote, just hard remembering the order 100%. That's nuts, dude. We're doing this. This is how we're entering the Nether. I can't believe this. This is gonna take 5 minutes. We need, what is it, 10? Yeah, we need 10 pieces. Oh, Bloom. What a world we live in. Thanks for that, Shroom, that helps. But you know what? At least we're going to get to the Nether and then hopefully die as fast as possible so I can be off of this horrible challenge. Oh, what a world. What a beautiful little world we live in, where this is the stuff that I have to do to keep you happy. Oh, wandering villager. We could trade with him. Maybe he has something cool. He came right up to us. Dude, nothing. Oh no. There's not enough obsidian here. Draw the second main character from Sleepless Weeks. Oh, you kidder. You absolute smoke show. Kid enters shop, wreaks havoc. Jackie Chan catches 5 cups being thrown. Is that how the show starts? It says there are more in Twitch, but I feel alone. Wait, really? There are people watching in Twitch right now? That's cool. Where's the 10th? Okay. Dude, we have it. I cannot believe that this is how we're getting to the Nether. It's been so long. Okay, let's all hope. You're joking me. Okay, Bloom, I'm gonna need your help here. What number is entity? I've never known. Is it even on my screen? Maybe we have to, I don't even know how to check. What's the second main character's name from Sleepless Week? It's the dog. It's the assassin dog. Probably named Assassin Doggo. Or maybe Juniper. Oh god, that skeleton's gonna ruin me. Oh, this sucks so much. Yeah, the entity and pie chart stuff I don't know how to do myself. Damn! Okay, well, we're just gonna figure this out. We just need to get to the main room. What Y level are we at? 70? Where the hell am I? Welcome back. Good morning, Ninjago. Alright. When drawing Billionte first form. So we're all talking about like Anthony Tang now? Stay inside, don't you dare. NASA, I'm loving this. This is sick. You could rewrite the entire episode. The entire first season. I think you would finish before I got through this run. There's just nothing. What are we doing? Juniper. Not juniper. Close though. Has an E next to it. Like that top left one. So there's no entities. Or is it? There's block, chunk, section, debug charts F31. So I'm looking at absolutely nothing. Oh my god. Dude. Je suis. Oh, we're speaking different languages now too? So we've got Ninjago, we have French, we have... Is that Japanese or Korean? I can't tell. I'm trying to look at Minecraft. Guys. Oh, thank God. Look at this. Okay, let's look at... Next to the E. None of these numbers are changing. Hurry up and draw the second character. Anthony, don't kid yourself. It ain't happening. Kid, I hate to break it to you. Oh! Hey! Look at that! Okay, we can at least do this. Oh god. Maybe the Bastion... Maybe we just say screw the Bastion. You know what I mean? We have a shield. Huh? Why? At least not tonight. We've all been saying the same thing this whole time. It's not, it's just not in the cards. I wish it was. Hey. It'd be a lot more fun for all of us. But once I die here, the stream ends. Oh god, those ghasts are gonna... Oh, I knew it. Oh, and the leaves are burning. Self-imposed... Oh, I'm getting hit with a bot again. Okay. Alright. We cannot die to a wither skeleton. I was just saying. 2 food... Okay, I can't even look at you guys right now. I'm focused up. Why is this not in... Oh my god, you're joking. Oh, this sword has knockback. I'm not using a knockback sword. Nice. Oh, I don't even have inventory space. Guys, if we run into a wither skeleton, it's wraps. I've got to eat. What am I doing? Oh my god. I need this to be a long run till 3 a.m. It's looking like it will be. We're getting smoked. Where did he go? Oh, he's up there. That's just not gonna work. I just want to find a spawner. Is that one? Oh, it's right there. Okay, we can figure this out. Damn it. Okay, we're sitting in here. We're healing up to full. We are taken down. When I heard Lloyd, I thought of Avatar. Me too, bro. Your hearts, they're getting there. They are getting there. Are you kidding me? Guys. Okay. Okay. That's perfect, Assassin Doggo. Oh, they're all right here. Perfect. Oh, God. I'm free. Guys, we're free. Oh. 52 minutes of nothing. Of nothing. That took forever. New rule. If we can't get it done in 30 minutes, we're cutting it. God. Wow. I can't believe that. I truly, that's like actually insane. And with that, I'm out of here. I seriously, guys, this has been, I think, the most fun I've had on stream the whole time. So thank you very much for all constantly typing and chatting. It's been really fun. Also, that run, I can't even, I'm like so beyond angry at that Minecraft run. Oh my god. So, we're gonna get better. We are gonna get insanely better at that Minecraft run. So then we don't have to spend 50 minutes. I dug straight down multiple times. Hopefully you go on a training arc. We're in. We're doing a training arc. Draw the second sleepless character. Here we go. Anthony, this is what you get. This is the second character. There you go. That's the second character, Anthony. That's the second character, and this is the second character. How's that taste? Huh? How's that go, Anthony? Alright, everyone, seriously. Thank you very much. This was a ton of fun. And even though that Minecraft run was horrible, I had a blast. So, if you want, follow me, subscribe, do whatever. Most of you already are. But, yeah. Thank you. See ya. Have a good night. We saw that? No, you didn't. You didn't see anything. You didn't see anything.